in the west in time for the mini challenge delivered by Pizza Capers. Penultimate round this weekend at Barbagallo. And we've mixed it up. Just when you thought everything was done and dusted, Jason Barbagallo's with me. We're going to have an enduro here.
An enduro, it's a 40-minute race with a driver change for some teams. Some teams have elected to run one driver in the event. So it's certainly going to be quite interesting. Different strategies, and we'll see what happens. Let's have a look at the grid. Nathan Karate, who's been very dominant this weekend. The grid is, in fact, an aggregate of the first two races that have been held. So Nathan will start from pole. The Reindler boys, Carl and Chris, will start from alongside in the front row. Paul Stokel and Chris Alajarjan, they're on row 2. Scott Barbagallo, cousin of our co-commentator here, will start from row 3 with Grant Denyer, who's struggling with the weight that he's got in his car. He's carrying 35 kilograms of success ballast. Leanne Tander is in the Uberstar car, starting back from 10th, who turned it into a motorbike yesterday, spent more time on 2 wheels than on 4. And down the back, Wayne Miles and also Vaughan Brewer, the local. They will round out the field after some problems yesterday.
Well, guys, you mentioned the compulsory pit stop in this race today. The compulsory pit stop window is between laps 8 and 16, and each vehicle must be stationary for a minimum of 45 seconds. Now, if there's one driver competing in this race, they must fully exit the vehicle, raise both hands above their head, and then re-enter. If there's 2 drivers, well, the other driver can assist with the driver change. No refuelling allowed, and if there is any work that needs to be done, they'll have to wait until after the 45 seconds.
Thanks, Bridie. Bridie Inkson in the pit lane to cover this one, and there's going to be plenty of action for race 3. Now, with hands in the air, Bugs, do you think they have to do the Macarena while they're there?
It's certainly going to be interesting, isn't it? We saw a bit of action up in Townsville when they ran this format. We had guys tripping over each other and smashing their head indoors and getting hit by other guys. So they're not very experienced at this driver change stuff, but I have noticed in the pit area, they've all been practicing all morning long.
Leanne Tander is driving the Uberstar car. She's teamed up with Guy Andrews, the Ironman, who these days is doing a lot of stunt driving up at Movie World on the Gold Coast. So hopefully he doesn't bring some of that into this third and final race of the weekend. It's going to be a really interesting mix. In the background there, the Rock Energy Drinks car. Is that Scotty Barbagallo?
I think that's
running a little late.
Barbagallo. He's running late for the grid. We'll interesting to see what happened there. But taking up his position, and they'll be ready to go soon.
He'll start from the 3rd row. He's driving solo in this one. There's 3 cars that have got 2 driver combinations. The rest are single drivers. 25 laps at Barbagallo Raceway. And we let them loose. And Karate has got the jump from pole. In behind is Carl Reindler, who is starting in car 16. He'll hand over later on to younger brother Chris. And behind them is the bloke we call the Chris Alajarjan.
Absolutely. So we've got that. Geez, they look fast there, don't they? We've got that Western Australian rivalry going on here. We've got Karate out in front with Reindler right behind. So these guys in qualifying were at each other. They pushed and pushed and pushed, and both of them wanted to be on pole position. But Karate's now got the jump again, and he's got some clear road ahead.
Down to turn 6, Colt Corner. Front-wheel drive cars, these mini challenge R56 models. The climb back out, and TV sometimes doesn't do justice how much of a climb it is here. Sean Carter losing a spot to Leanne Tander. We talked about drivers not being used to doing driver changes. Leanne very well versed from her time in the V8 Enduros with Wilson Security Racing, as Aaron Karate in front looking to make a move, and that's Paul Fiore down the inside. And where on earth is Scott Barbagallo going?
He's having a bit of a struggle there. It looked like it actually locked the brake, which is really bizarre in these cars considering they've got ABS. So obviously there might be a little bit of a drama there for Scotty Barbagallo. He's run wide with a locked brake, and yeah, not something you'd normally see.
This is off the side of Leanne Tander's Uberstar entry.
Oh, here comes the Chris.
And he's carrying 20 kilograms of success ballast. Obviously, Reindler is first time in the category this weekend, so he's not subject to any extra weight. And that's a system that the category uses to really even it up. It's kind of like horse racing in a sense of getting everybody to theoretically finish at the same time.
Yeah, look, obviously what the idea of the system is to stop guys just running away with... we've got Scott Barbagallo to go up the inside there. So it's to stop, you know, one card running away with every race in the field. So they even it all up. They give penalty for first, second and third. You can carry a maximum of 50 kilos, but the only way to lose it is to have a bad round.
Riding here with Wayne Miles, who's been in the US recently. He's a speedway guy who goes from minis at Barbagallo. Look at the edge, down the inside, contact with Aaron Karate. And that's nasty.
Oh, they've actually, yeah, that's not a good accident. Obviously, Karatti's just given Leanne a big squeeze there. She's tried to go up the right-hand side. Both cars are stopped in the middle of the front straight, so...
Immediately, safety car has been called for that one. And in fact, not just safety car, they're going to red flag this, and that's absolutely the right call. Those two cars stuck in the middle of pit straight.
Not exactly sure. It looks like both the drivers are okay there, but a red flag. So even as a safety car, the pit window hadn't opened yet. So it was going to be interesting to see where that all developed. It looks like Leanne's car's actually hit something quite hard there. The window's smashed on the driver's side. So she's...
Yeah, good news is Leanne's moving around and unbuckling. Let's have a look now. She got a great run, but Karatti just goes to cover and just moves over. You can't do that. And it sends Leanne off into the fence.
Bang.
And that's driver side contact with the fence that covers the medical centre here at Barbagallo on the infield. And then another hit when the messages on hold mini was midships on the front straight.
Yeah,
just got to give room.
There's certainly an overlap there. Leanne's done nothing wrong. Karatti's just moved straight over on top of her. And obviously contact has happened, and you can see it's just fired Leanne's car straight. Look at that. I mean, Leanne's certainly in position to hold that track position and just fired her straight to that concrete wall. Bang! That's a hard hit.
It's a big glancing blow and bounces her back onto the road. Both drivers okay. Great to see the Mini Challenge race cars. They're purpose-built race cars from Germany. And Leanne can't do a thing here. She just has to wait for the contact.
That is an amazing hit.
And bounces straight back onto the road where she otherwise should have been running. Another look, Karatti plays it defensive, but you just can't do that.
No, and Karatti, I mean, he's got to give a bit more room. He's had the bad run. Leanne's definitely got the better run there, and she's certainly got up the inside, but you just can't keep doing that. And that's why.
Red flag is out. The race is stopped in race 3 for Mini Challenge. Plenty of drama in the West. Well, we're down to a dozen in the Mini Challenge, and this is why Leanne Tander and Aaron Karatti making contact. And this is where it all started. Leanne got a great run off turn 7, went to the inside. Karatti moves across. And that's where our camera goes out when she hit that wall. Good news is that she's okay.
Yeah, that's right, Aaron. The good news is both Aaron Karatti and Leanne Tander are okay, but they have both been taken to the medical centre for the precautionary checks.
That's good news to hear. And the Pizza Capers Mini, though, they might need to find another one for Sydney in 2 weeks' time for when Le Mans champion David Brabham comes and plays in the Mini Challenge. Yeah,
that was going to be David Brabham's car for the Homebush Sydney Telstra 500, so that car's going to need some extensive repairs, and there's no way they're going to get that ready. The truck won't even get back till next Friday, back to that side of the world. So.
And you saw there the official at the back there with the board saying regrid original position. So this is a complete restart. The race distance has been shortened to 20 laps, but the pit stop window between laps 8, so that's the end of the leaders' lap 8, and lap 16 remains the same for the driver changes to pit lane. So it's just 5 laps short of the distance. So we do it all over again. Nathan Karatti and Carl Reindler on the front row of the grid for race 3. So if you've got a good start in the first start, you've got to do it all over again because it counts for nothing right now.
Exactly, great, Daniel. They're off. No, they're not. They're going. They're not going.
There's massive confusion here.
Oh, and there's more damage.
Oh, can you believe this? Paul Fiore there making contact.
I think they obviously got a little confused whether there's a warm-up lap there or not, but...
Well, the clear indication that we were told was that they would form up on the grid and then race, but immediately they've called the red flag. So this is an absolute disaster. Paul Fiore made contact as he was trying to piece his way through some cars that were moving away on what looked like they thought was a warm-up lap.
Yeah, obviously a little bit of confusion there, and the message clearly didn't get out to each of the drivers what was going on. But, you know, obviously a couple of cars took off, or either that or it was Stokel's car that stalled on the grid because he just sat there. And there's a bit of confusion, but Miles is out. Looks like Fiore's out as well, parked on the side. And we've got another red flag.